Okay, hi again, and I'm going to continue on this series here of some quick tips on how to use some shortcuts on the keyboard to do what you want to do and get your own notes taken very quickly and very efficiently. Okay, so we talked about the using the print screen and the Alt tab, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again here and get me to where I need to go here. Now, share screen. Okay, and the quick keys that I'm going to be using here are the Control-C and the Control-V, which basically are your copy and paste. There's copy and there's your paste, okay? And we talked about using the Alt tab to go back and forth between the programs. So I'm going to do that again here. Let me go, and I'm going to find the document that I want to create is technically, I'm going to create a PowerPoint presentation, okay? So let me go in here to my documents. I'm going to open up, I can use this one here, or I can make another one here quickly. Let's see here. Let me open this one up. And you see here where I was using this print screen from another document. So I'm going to go ahead and edit this now. I'm going to copy it first, Control-C, and I'm going to take it over to my PowerPoint presentation. And I'm just going to Control-V. Now on my PowerPoint presentation, I have a bunch of blank pages here already created, okay? If I went down here and added, if you right-click and you add new screen, new slide, it comes in with a title and all that. I don't want that, so I would normally, when I start a new program, I will delete those right away. If I need to put in a text box, I can use that up here using a text box up here. But I don't want that in here because it just gets in the way. So the first thing I do is I open up and I create basically a bunch of empty pages here. Now, the way I do that is basically I create one page or a slide, and then I delete everything off of it so it's a clear slide, and then I just duplicate that as many times as I need to. Okay? If I forget that, then I just duplicate it and I can delete the data off of this one here, which I'm doing right now. Okay. All right. So the first thing though is once I have it in here, and I want to edit this and expand it and enlarge it and then be able to use it so I could copy it and create my own if I want to, maybe in PowerPoint here or in Paint or wherever I wanted to do this. The first thing I'm going to do is double click on it. And when I double click on it, you'll notice up here at the top, I'm going to move my image down out of the way. You'll see this crop button opens up here. So I'm going to crop it. And you notice how these black lines on the corners and the sides pop up. So I'm going to shrink this, get rid of the extraneous information that I don't want on my slide right now. And you can see how it cropped it down. And then I just go click off the screen, off that slide, and then I can go back in and I can click back on it, and then I just grab the corners and I can enlarge it. Of course, you could grab it side by side, but that's going to stretch it in ways that you may not want. So now I have a great little screen here. Now I'm going to go on to my next screen. So I'm going to go back over to my slides here that I copied, and then in Control-C, and then back over here, Control-V, and then I'm going to again double click on it, and that pops up with my crop again, so I can crop this down to what I want, okay? And I want to get rid of all the extra area out of here so I can enlarge this as large as possible and utilize that as if I want to do a presentation or whatever, okay? So that's what I'm doing right there, and now I've got this slide created already. And I will give a separate video on creating slides in a PowerPoint where you can start with one like this, for instance, and then take individual pieces of it and then end up with it, or however you want, whichever order you want that in, and how to do that very quickly and easily so that you can create your own PowerPoint presentation, okay? So this is here, and so again, basically I'm going to Control-C back and forth, copy and paste, and then I will just double click on the image, and that brings up your crop button, which then when you hit that, it brings in these black corners and sides, and you can crop whatever parts you want out of the image, and then click off the image. In this case, it's a pretty good sized image, so I'm going to find somewhere I can click off it, and it's not doing it because I'm way off the page here apparently. So I'm going to undo this. But anyways, you need to somehow click off the page. There I go. Okay. So now I've got that image there like that I want, and I can clean up any of these images. Let's say if I want to take this image here, Control C, just click on it, come over here to my screen, and I can do this within Word as well. So let's say I want to do it right here within Word. I want to enlarge this little bullet point table here. So I want to double click on it, which I just did, crop it, and so I'm going to clean it up and get rid of all the extraneous distracting information, whatever I want to do, and I can narrow it down to that, and then click off the screen. Now in this case here, because I cropped it, that image shrunk dramatically, okay, so in my Word document here. So now I can click on it and I can enlarge it again and bring it up to a scale where I can see it. Now when in Word, it's going to bump pictures to the next page probably, because it only allows for a certain size image on this page, the way I have it set up. So now I have my Jordan's tips right here, and I can read those very clearly, and if I want to save this as my own notes, that's fantastic. Or I can potentially take this right here, Control C, and bring it over to my PowerPoint presentation, and I didn't keep track of where I was at, and I can paste it over here, and again I can just do whatever I want. I can still crop it more or just enlarge it a little bit more, so I can use that in a, let's say I'm doing a training one-on-one or something like that. Again, I don't take these images and create files out of them and then distribute that as my own work. I don't think that would be appropriate. I'm just using this as a sample in here though. Okay, so I'm going to stop my share here, and then I will show you another video on how to do a PowerPoint presentation as quickly as possible. When you have it available, or at least parts of it available online, you can take images and then duplicate it yourself. I'm not going to go through all the little details, but all right, thank you for watching. And again, using your Control C and V, your double click on the image and crop it, and then just click off that image, and you can enlarge that image then so you can see it very clearly in your notes. All right, thank you for watching. Share, comment, like it, do whatever you can. Thank you, appreciate it.